Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of my Football Manager 24 save with Bradford City. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below. Since you were last with us, we've actually played quite a lot of matches. I wanted to get through the earlier part of the season so we can get more content in towards the business end of the campaign. We're now in December and we're still not in the top 7. We've also had a formation change as well, but we just can't quite something which is consistent enough at this moment in time. But make sure to drop a like on there for me, subscribe if you're new as well, and let's get into it. Since you were last with us then, we had a 3-1 defeat at home to Walsall, a 3-1 win away at Tranmere Rovers, a 3-0 win at home to Swindon Town, a 1-1 draw away at Doncaster Rovers in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy, winning that one on penalty in the group stage matches. We also had a 2-1 win away at AFC Wimbledon, Clark Adore scoring a brace in that one, a 5-2 win at home to Wrexham AFC, a 1-0 win away at MK Dons, a 4-2 defeat away at Sutton United, a 3-2 defeat at home to AFC Wimbledon in the FA Cup first round, a really disappointing result to be honest with you. We also had a 4-1 win at home to Barrow, a 2-1 win at home to Newcastle United's under-21s again in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. We also had a 3-3 draw away at Notts County. Andy Cook scoring the 95th minute equaliser in that game. We were 2-0 up, ended up going 3-2 down thanks to a Claudio Osorio hat-trick, but Cookie came up with a last-minute equaliser. We also had a 4-2 defeat at home to Accrington Stanley, and most recently a 3-2 win away at Forest Green Rovers. Again 2-0 up and we bottled that. Thankfully we managed to get a late winner in that one. In today's episode then, we have Carlisle United at home in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy Northern Section second round, and also Salford City at home in the league, who currently sit third in the table. There's been no new signings since you were last with us. We have had a slight tweak in the formation as well. We're now playing with, instead of 1 and 2, we're now playing with a 2 and then a 1. Also big news, Jamie Walker has refused to sign the new contract with the football club. He's exploring his options at the end of the campaign, so he's kind of not going to play much between now and the remainder of the season. We'll try and sell him in January. We tried to sell him to some teams in Scotland, but then he's wanting a payoff, and I'm not paying him off if he's the one who wants to leave, so he can just sit and rot in the reserves, to be honest with you. His 6 goals in 14 appearances isn't awful. Only 5 of them have been starts, to be fair, but he's just not really performed well enough. He's had a couple of injuries as well this season, so it's not the end of the world. But let's waste no further time and get into the first game of today's episode. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for the first game of today's episode. At home to Carlisle in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy second round. We've got Colin Doyle in goal, a back 3 of Richard Nate, Matty Platt and Kieran Kelly, with Oyegoke and Wright as the wing backs, Gilead and Odwa in the midfield, with Ward in behind Kavanagh and Smith. On the bench we've got Walker, Richards, JT, Smallwood, Patterson, Young and Cook. Richie Smallwood recently returning from that long-term calf injury, which is big news for us. We have missed him in the centre of our midfield. Kevin McDonald doesn't agree with the team sheet today. I wanted to get him in the squad, but I just couldn't really find room for him, to be honest with you. We've got a lot of competition for places, and McDonald, with the age that he's at, I'd rather play the younger players and think about the future, especially in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. Now, I know when you get to the knockout rounds, teams traditionally play their stronger teams, but in my personal opinion, I feel like you should play the same players who got you into that position in the first place. If we have a look then at the Carlisle lineup, Alex Neil is their manager now, so Paul Simpson has clearly already got the chop. A few former Bantams in the squad. Callum Guy starts along with Jordan Gibson. Their team is very strong. Harry Lewis can only find himself on the bench though today, so it's the return of Harry Lewis potentially, but I think it's very unlikely that he does actually come on and play. We'll tell the boys as always, we trust them to go out there and make the difference, and hopefully they can make me proud. A couple of complacent players which I'm not happy about. Tyler Smith appeared inspired. He's the 5th choice striker at the moment, maybe even 6th choice, so a big opportunity for him in today's game. Scored the last minute winner in the previous match, and let's see how we get on in today's game, as it is Carlisle who do get us underway. Captain Sam Lavelle finds Taylor Charters, and now Callum Guy out wide into Josh Emmanuel, playing as an inverted left wing back today. Cuts in already and finds McCalmont into Jordan Gibson, and it is an absolute nightmare start. 25 seconds on the clock and Jordan Gibson has found the back of the net. I mean, what an absolutely terrible start. If we want to be successful in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy, I'm just going to call it the AFL Trophy now, because Bristol Street Motors is far too long. Looks offside there to me, I'm not going to lie to you, but Tariq Wright has had an absolute nightmare there defensively, and after not even 30 seconds on the clock, Carlisle are already ahead, and it's former Bantam Jordan Gibson with the goal. What an absolutely terrible start. Callum Guy with his free kick into the box, headed by Kelly, back in there. Platt heads up, it's still not really cleared back, heads towards goal, and it goes just wide. But my objective, I think, at the start of the season from the football club was to, let me just put Bradford City stats on there, was to reach the knockout round of the AFL Trophy. So how we're currently doing is not the end of the world, as Kieran Kelly picks up the ball here, looks for a ball in behind to Tariq Wright. He gets the ball across, it comes to Tyler Smith, and there is the equaliser, and 13 minutes on the clock. I said it's a big opportunity for Tyler Smith to maybe work his way back into the side, and he's found the back of the net there. Nice link-up play between Kelly and Tariq Wright. A great run there from Wright to get in behind his man. He gets a low ball into the box. Kavanagh's shot is blocked, I think, by number 14, and the ball falls to Tyler Smith in the box. And in them sort of positions, Tyler Smith is never really missing them. He's playing as a poacher, and they are exactly the type of goals that he needs to be poaching, to be fair. Anderson drops that ball now, and he will smash it forward, looking for Coyote. Matty Platt underneath it, and he finds Ward into Tyler Smith. Ball out wide here, looking for Oyegoki. Beats his man, ball into the box. Smith's never winning that. It comes to Kavanagh though, it comes to Ward, and it's in the back of the net. Charlie Ward has his first Bradford City goal. He's only scored one other goal in his career to date, and he's finally got his first Bradford City goal. He's been pretty underwhelming, to be fair. We gave him a 2-year deal, and I think, if possible, we'll try and get rid of him in the summer, but he's managed to poach that one into the back of the net. It's a very simple finish, but one he's still got to make, and it's 2 goals in about 90 seconds for Bradford City, and we've suddenly turned this tie on its head after a terrible start. We are now in front of 3,000 fans in today's game, which for AFL Trophy match is not horrendous for Bradford City, but again, we're playing the second team here. You've got to think about that, and Carlisle are a League One side, and on paper, it looks like they're playing a pretty full-strength side, so I'm really happy with how we have started this game so far, and I think statistically, we deserve to be ahead. Approaching the half-time, we still have had word coming in from the dugout that they're trying to hit us on the counter-attack now, but I think our defence should be able to deal with that. They've not really got anyone with natural raw pace up front, but half-time, we are ahead. I am pleased. I wouldn't say I'm delighted, but I'm pleased. Everyone else seems to be happy and delighted by my feedback. They've made a double change at the break. They're sticking with the same formation, but Vela and Armstrong are onto the pitch. 2 very good players, to be fair, at League 1 level, never mind League 2. As Oyegoki gets a clearance up there to Kavanagh. He has picked up a booking as Callum Kavanagh, so I do need to keep an eye out on that. Don't want him getting sent off. As Matty Platt with a nice header there. McCallum now finds Vela over the top for Maguire. Hell of a ball, and that was a really well-worked move there by Carlisle. Armstrong can't quite provide the finish in the end, but really, really nice football. They've now put a Manuel over on the right wing. What on earth has gone on there? Not really too sure, but Carlisle now have a throw. Vela finds Emmanuel. He'll look to come inside here and find Sam Lavelle. Ball over the top looking for Armstrong. Got to score. Oh my goodness me, he's at the post. Wow, that's a big opportunity for Carlisle. Armstrong has had 2 really good chances since coming on off the bench. That one, the pick of the bunch, and I've no idea how he's not managed to find the back of the net there. 70 minutes on the clock. I think a lot of these players have had a good run out. So let's now look to make some substitutions just to try and see this game through. We do have a lot of first teamers on the bench. We're going to bring Lewis Richards on at left centre back for the booked Kieran Kelly, and JT is going to come on for Matty Platt, and we'll swap him and Nate around. We don't have an opportunity to bring Oyegoki off because no one can really play right wing back on the bench. Richie Smould is going to come on though for Alex Gilead. Alex Patterson is going to come on as well for Clark Adorn play as a supportive Mazzala, and we'll save our final change for now. I think we've got Andy Cook and is it Jake Young on the bench, so if we need another goal, we can always bring them on, but I don't think it's necessarily we need to bring them on, to be honest with you. 10 minutes to go then, still at 2-1. Carlisle have certainly grown into this game in the second half. They've made some changes to their formation, and I'm thinking about maybe bringing Andy Cook on for Tyler Smith, just a bit more physicality, help us defend the set plays, because they're certainly going to come forward with it. I think we will now make that substitution. We'll give them some praise. We'll go to tactics and subs. Andy Cook is going to come on. Actually, we'll bring him on for Callum Kavanagh. He's booked, and Tyler Smith is having a better game. So Cook's going to come on as a target forward, and hopefully now we can see the game out. How long is going to be added on? 7 minutes added on at the end of today's game, and there is a highlight. Tariq Wright with the throw-in. 5 minutes to go left on the clock. He's certainly running this clock down here, is Tariq Wright, and he has already picked up a booking, so let's get a move on. He plays the 1-2 with Patterson now. Ball in, looking for Andy Cook at the back post. Never really seems to score against Carlisle, and he's failed to convert on this occasion, but he's only really come on to help us defend set pieces and try and win a few flick-ons. We're certainly happy to run this clock down now, as Colin Doyle has had a really good game, to be fair. Sends a ball long. That's a bad pass though, and it's an opportunity for Carlisle to come forward with it. Josh Vella in one-on-one, has to score, and he does. It's a massive error from Colin Doyle, and that is why I don't like having my 38-year-old goalkeeping coach as my backup goalkeeper, because he has cost us massively there. Terrible distribution, really, and it's far too easy. I think it's Jonathan Tompkinson then there who's not covered across well enough. It's really poor defending. It's poor all around. In the 96th minute, Carlisle have an equaliser. It's absolutely gutting, but I think that means now we go straight to penalties. It does. We're going to have a penalty shootout here, and we're not horrendous at penalties. We've got a couple good penalty takers on there. I'm glad I brought Andy Cook on now, but I'm not confident about this. And the disappointing thing as well, Carlisle are taking first. I never like taking second in penalty shootouts. Maguire converts the first spot kick. Andy Cook to level things up for Bradford City. Our main penalty taker steps up, sends Anderson the wrong way. It's 1-1 on the scores. What on earth has just gone on there? What on earth has just gone on there? Well, Carlisle have scored, but their players just teleported out of nowhere. Richie Smallwood now stepping up. He shoots. Anderson guesses the right way. Thankfully, finds the back of the net there. What on earth happened with Josh Emmanuel there? Anyway, Dylan McGeoch now to step up for Carlisle. He steps up, goes down the middle. Doyle dives out the way. 5 penalties, all converted so far by both sides. Can we level things up? Make it 3 versus 3. Smith, again, down the middle. Anderson dives out the way. We'll definitely take that one. Who's next for Carlisle? It's Finn Back. He's a full-back, so might not necessarily be the best at penalties. The number 2 steps up, and he's put it over the bar. It's a big miss for Carlisle, and now Charlie Ward has the opportunity to give us the advantage in the game. And number 17 steps up, and Anderson again guesses the right way, but he can't quite get a hand on it, and now Carlisle have to score or they are out of this tie. And it will be former Bantam Callum Guy with all the pressure on his shoulders. EFL Trophy 3rd round awaits Callum Guy, and it's saved by Colin Doyle. He was massively at fault for Carlisle's last minute equaliser, but he's made a big penalty save there, and we come away from the game progressing through into the next round. No injuries picked up and a lot of game time for some of our fringe players who've not really had much football this season. We did pick up 6 yellows, so I expect some sort of fine to be coming through our way, but we've got one over Carlisle. I'm very happy with the result and the way you played. Just again, we can't throw away games in the last minute like what we did there. That simply won't cut it in the league, but we've got away with it on penalties into the next round of the EFL Trophy, and now we've got Salford City at home coming up in a few days' time in the league. We get £20,000 for that as well, and Tyreek Wright is going to be banned for the next EFL Trophy round. It's fine, Liam Rideout can play. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for the second game of today's episode at home to Salford City. We've got Sam Walker in goal, a back 3 of Tompkinson, Stubbs and Walsh, with Halliday and Richards as the wing backs, Patterson and Smallwood in the midfield, with Jake Young in the 10 and Cassidy and Cook leading the line. On the bench we've got Doyle, Oyegoke, Nate, Gilead, Ward, Odwa and Kavanagh. So a lot of the heroes in the last match find themselves on the bench in today's game, but Salford are 3rd in the table. We're 8th. We need a win here. We're at home. We're probably on paper the underdogs considering where they are in the table. Former Bantam Elliot Watt captains Salford today, but I'm happy we've got 3 centre-backs on there. None of them are really too physical apart from maybe Sam Stubbs, because obviously we've got to deal with the big physical threat of Matt Smith. He's 6'6", 6'7", so he could be a little bit of a problem for us in today's game. But we are now underway for it, and it's an early corner for us. Richard swings the ball in. Andy Cook is there, and Andy Cook has his 12th goal of the season. Again, a very early goal, which makes for better content in the episodes because no one wants to watch a 0-0, so that's always a little bit of a relief. But a really good ball in there from Lewis Richards, and Andy Cook with a monster of a header at that front post. 90 seconds on the clock. It's Bradford City 1, Salford City 0. I'm trying to get the league table up on screen here. Thankfully, Salford haven't got an instant equaliser, but let's get the league table back up. We've moved up to 6th in the table, now 2 points away from the automatic promotion places. That is in exactly the type of start I wanted in today's game. I think the biggest surprise of all is that after 21 games, Accrington Stanley are top of the table. No idea what's going on there. Smolder's got long sleeves and gloves on. I don't think you'd ever see him do that in real life, but Namai here, very quick play in real life. Halliday's managed to deal with him on this occasion. Now JT finds Smallwood, really composed on the ball, and he goes out wide into Brad Halliday. Poor pass though, Elliot Watt intercepts, but the ball is back with Tompkinson. He goes inside to Sam Stubbs. Why do all of our players seem to have long sleeves and gloves on? It's just not really acceptable, is it? Lewis Richards now picks up the ball, goes back into Walsh, hasn't quite been very good, to be honest with you, in all honesty. JT now finds Brad Halliday. Bit of room over on this right-hand side. Ball into the box looking for Andy Cook, who's hit the post. Patterson gets the ball back in. It's blocked and out for a corner. Really nice football from us there. And we will now have a set piece. Already scored from 1 in today's game. And it'll be Lewis Richards again looking for Andy Cook at the front post. Sam Stubbs goes back into Lewis Richards. And that is the end of the highlight. Approaching the half an hour mark. We're comfortably the better side in this game so far. I just hope we get another goal to really count for it. It's Andy Cook again, connects with a set piece from Lewis Richards, but unfortunately for our sake, it goes just over the bar. I think the interesting thing as well is Salford are playing Elliot Watt as an advanced playmaker rather than a deep line playmaker. I don't really think him getting forward is the best way to get the best out of him, to be honest with you. Mansfield lurking down in 19th in the table. This league table is absolutely baffling compared to how it finished in real life. But Salford come forward on the attack here with Ashley. He goes into Shepherd on this near side. Can Richards put a tackle in? He doesn't really. Eventually does and wins the ball back. Really nice play there from Lewis Richards. And now Andy Cook finds Jake Young. Certainly able to drive forward with the ball. He gets the ball into the box looking for, I think that's Alex Patterson making the late run into the box there, but it's well held by Alex Kent. And he now boots the ball along looking for Matt Smith. Always going to win them flick-ons. And he finds Namai over on that far side. He cuts in and finds Matty Lund. Former Bantam through to Matt Smith. Question marks of maybe offside there. Thankfully for our sake though, his strike does go just wide. Approaching the half-time whistle then, Doncaster have pulled the goal back against Accrington. 1-0 at the break. A really good start from us in this game. Salford have grown into it slightly, but we've comfortably been the better side. I would say I'm delighted with the performance so far. Make sure you keep it up and let's go and get another goal just to make it a little bit more comfortable. And then another one after that preferably. Throw in here for Salford. John finds Namai and he goes back into Ashley. Back into John, led off to Matty Lund, ball through to Namai, good tackle, and the referee's given a penalty. I mean, Tompkinson has clearly won the ball there, and Salford will now have an opportunity to level things up. Former bantam Matty Lund against Sam Walker, and unfortunately Walker is just collapsed to the floor. Lund opens up his body and finds the back of the net. It's the third goal of the season for the former bantam, and simply kind of just out of nowhere really. It was never a penalty in a million years. We've been absolutely robbed there, and Salford unfortunately level things up just before the hour mark. I don't really want to make any subs because the team are playing well, we're creating chances, but unfortunately Salford have scored a goal which I don't think they really deserve. Richards now beats his man. He's had a really good game so far. That cross though wasn't a particularly great one and they should be able to clear here. Can we press them maybe and try and win that ball back? Smith can't hold the ball and now Halliday finds Patterson back into Jonathan Tompkinson. Sam Stubbs with the ball again, finds Tompkinson into Patterson. Back in to Sam Stubbs. We're keeping the ball very nicely, but we need to be a bit more positive with the way that we're playing. Halliday with a nice risky ball, but nice ball into Stubbs. Smallwood now stepping in. Patterson out wide here to Brad Halliday. Can he get a ball into the box? He can. He looks for Andy Cook. His header though way off target over the bar, and that's massively disappointing. Another throw in though coming up. Halliday plays a 1-2 with Patterson, and now Smallwood. He looks square into Walsh. Out wide to Lewis Richards. He can certainly hit them from here. He does, but he's dragged it just wide. We're just not having that end product at the moment in the final third. Let's make a double substitution then. I think Smallwood is going to come off here for, we'll go Clark Adore and play Adore as more of a box-to-box midfielder, get him picking up that ball hopefully. Some of our other tired players are not, like, they're the ones that are playing well, which is annoying, so I might only have to do the one substitution here, because if a player's still fit, now might as well keep him on the pitch. But if a player's playing well, I don't really want to bring him off. But I'm looking at the clock now. We're 75 minutes on it. We need to be winning. We've had 16 shots, but only 4 on target. This just isn't really good enough, in all honesty. So Ryan Cassidy is now going to come off for Callum Kavanagh. We're also going to bring Daniel Ugoki on for Brad Halliday. He's having a good game, but he's tired, and he has also picked up a yellow card, so we don't want any silly red cards. Charlie Ward is going to come on for Alex Patterson as well in that midfield. We'll put him as the box-to-box midfielder. Clark Adore as an advanced playmaker, and I guess we might as well bring Richard Narty on for Jonathan Tompkinson, who's a little bit tired and also obviously gave that penalty away. 15 minutes left on the clock. We've got more attacking. We've got more attacking players on the pitch. Can we find a winner, which we definitely deserve in this game? We've created so many chances, but we're just not being clinical enough in today's game. We now drop back out of the playoffs into 8th position. Can we have some late drama? Lewis Richards, who's picked up an injury to take this corner. It's definitely not beating the first man, is it, if he's got an injury? 100%. Ball comes into the box. Doesn't beat the first man as predicted. Lewis Richards cuts the ball back in, looking for Walsh at the back post to strike off the inside of the post. Oh, I thought I was going to find the back of the net. We needed that to find the back of the net, and unfortunately it hasn't. It's another shot we've had that just hasn't somehow gone in the goal. Jake Young now finds Walsh, a little bit of time, and he goes into Sam Stubbs. If only we had a man like Jamie Walker maybe in this game. Ward picks it up, good area, finds Kavanagh. Is he onside? Please be onside. Oh my God, we've just got a last minute winner. Get in there. Oh, we needed that. Callum Kavanagh on off the bench, fires Bradford City in front with 30 seconds left on the clock, and seemingly out of nowhere, when Jake Young got tackled there, I thought, oh, that's probably a tack over, but Ward finds Callum Kavanagh, beats Cairns at his near post, and it's Bradford City 2, Salford City 1. Again, 7 minutes added on. Where is all this injury time coming from in these recent games? Oyegoke, ball in, cleared away by Salford, only as far as Lewis Richards, who's been outstanding in this one so far. Odwar plays the 1-2, ball low to Callum Kavanagh, who has his 11th goal of the season. I didn't realise how many goals Kavanagh had scored so far this season, but he's had an 11 goals as playing as like our 4th choice striker. Absolutely brilliant there from Callum Kavanagh. Brilliant play though between Richards and Adore. Another assist for Lewis Richards, and a great finish again from Callum Kavanagh. 2 goals on off the bench, and he's definitely won us this game. That then sees us move up to 4th in the table, just 1 point away from 3rd position. We'll absolutely take that. A big 3 points, some late drama in both games in today's episode. Lewis Richards got a 9 match rating, 2 assists for him. Absolutely brilliant today. 3-1 win. Well done, lads. That was a brilliant win for us. Absolutely delighted with that. We'll definitely take that. Moving into the last fixtures before the January transfer window. We're trying to hopefully move some players on by then. How long is Richards going to be injured for? It's just a bruised ankle. That's fine. Lewis Richards, you are absolutely outstanding. If we have a look at how he's developing, he's doing very well as a left wing back. His potential isn't quite as good as what we originally thought, but 8 assists, 10 goal contributions in 18 appearances from left back. That's just absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Definitely my starting left back between now and the remainder of the campaign, unless he massively falls off a cliff, but absolutely brilliant in today's episode. But there we have it then. I'm going to leave it there for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't already, with that post notification bell on, it's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Get your thoughts in as well down in the comment section down below. Who would you like to see me sign in at the January transfer window? We'll probably come back around the end of January, start of February sort of time for another 2 matches. Thank you all for watching though. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Peace.